Alrighty. So I will just ask you guys to go ahead and mute yourselves until it's your turn to speak. Thank you guys. So I believe we're recording now. Are you guys able to see if it's recording? Okay, so yes, it is. Okay, so welcome to our Discover Arbonne, highlighting some of our teachers in Arbonne, and hopefully you guys can still see the screen, right? Okay, and then hopefully you will see each person as we are speaking. So welcome. If you are, you might be watching this as a recording, so thank you for hopping on to this recording. And for everybody who's going to be speaking tonight. So my name is Deborah Frenes Baez. People also call me Debbie. And I am an area manager with Arbonne, an independent consultant. And I'm super happy to bring you this Discover Arbonne, highlighting some of our amazing teachers. So, and who are also independent consultants. So I am actually going to first hand it right over. Actually, no, I'm going to share my super brief why, and you'll hear a little bit more about my story throughout the end of the presentation, and then I'll pass it over to Nicole. So, like I mentioned, well, actually, I've been with Arbonne for about 4.5 years now, and before then, I was a teacher. I was teaching for about 7 years. And before then, I worked in higher education. So I've really only known education my entire life. And then I was looking for something that was going to give me less stress and more time. Honestly, I absolutely loved teaching. It was very rewarding in so many ways. But I definitely was looking for more time, especially when it came to having my first child. And now I have two. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. When the products were introduced to me, I absolutely knew I wanted safer products for my family because of the health benefits, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But when I really saw the big picture with the business. I knew that I was going to be a lifer with Arbonne because of so many factors, and I'll share more of that throughout the end of the presentation. So I will hand it over to our first speaker, who is Nicole Haynes, right? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for joining us, Nicole. And Nicole is actually a son of mine all the way from Miami, so thank you. And then after Nicole, we will pass it over to Tweed.
My name is Nicole Haynes. I'm a teacher in Miami. I teach mathematics, and I've been a teacher for 8 years. I started at Arbonne after being introduced to the program through the 30-day clean eating program. And I've been on it for 2 weeks, and I've lost 4 pounds in the last 2 weeks. And then my sponsor introduced me to the business side of it. And, she was really confident in my ability, even more so than my ability in myself. And I just wanted to find a different avenue to bring in income for my family. So I'm very new, fresh off the boat. This is probably day 3. I had an opening yesterday, a launch party, and it went well. So I think I'm seeing a glimmer of light. So I'm very excited.
Thank you. So we will hand it over to Twee.
Hi, everybody. My name is Twee Nguyen, and I'm also a school teacher. I've been teaching for 15 years, and as of today, I am on summer break. So that's great. It's actually the first summer that I'm choosing not to teach summer school for the extra income because I'm working my Arbonne business. And I'm an executive area manager with Arbonne International. I got into Arbonne because my husband and I decided 5 years ago that one of us had to stay home to take care of both of our kids. So we traded money for time with our children. And when our savings ran out, we needed a second stream of income. And so Arbonne landed on my lap, and I've never looked back since then. I am a previous business owner. I own 3 tutoring centers, and it was a lot of work. It actually owned me instead of me owning it. And then I was teaching full time, and I was getting my master's degree. So to let you guys know a quick summary of my education, I did, my 5 years for teaching, and then 2 more years for my master's degree for administration. and it really didn't pay. I'm getting an extra $500 every year to have a master's degree. So Arbonne has really brought so much. Um, it's just been life-changing for me so far, especially with personal development and being able to influence and impact so many people already. And I'm only at the second level of our company. So Debbie, I'm going to get started on the Discover Arbonne. Is that right?
Yes. Can you see the screen still?
I do. I
Cool.
do. Okay. So this is Discover Arbonne. Just a quick story of our Arbonne story. We are a botanically based beauty, health, and wellness company with 30 going on 37 years. We are on 37 years of pure, safe, and beneficial products. We have cutting edge products, research and development grounded in our pure, safe, and beneficial philosophy. When we say pure, we are talking about 100% of the healthy ingredients that are in there. It is safe, so we'll get into the safe a little bit more, but basically it has everything that you want and nothing that you don't want in your products. It is beneficial, meaning that it has more than just one benefits with one product. So like one product can be used with or used multiple ways. We have a very passionate community of independent consultants. It was really hard for me to believe at first, but when I went to all these meetings and all these people are always happy and gracious and kind and beautiful inside out, and it's all really because of the Arbonne community. Everybody just comes together and we support each other. And so it's a really awesome company to be with. We are global. That means that we are in 7 countries right now. So we are in the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, USA, Taiwan, Poland, New Zealand, and did I miss anyone? I think, yeah. So, and we are actually going into Germany in 2018. So it's a very exciting time. So you have friends and families anywhere in those places, you can always connect with them. We have a great compensation plan. It's very simple, and it's I can't even put into word, like it's very what is the word great. I'm losing my mind here. Basically, I'm sorry. Basically, it's very generous. There you go. That's the key word. It's generous. You get paid for just introducing people into the company. Same thing with your products as well. So we have a experienced, committed home office team. They are the best ever. I can tell you that, anytime that we call in, they're so gracious, they're so kind, and they're so helpful. They answer all your questions all the time. We have the state of the art distribution, client support, technology. I mean, it's really basically awesome. That's all I can tell you. And we are also a member of the Direct Selling Association. As a matter of fact, I think we made it to the top 20. So if you are not familiar with our business model, as a matter of fact, today, I mean, 1 in 6 household is going to be network marketing company, network marketing, so independent consultants. With a traditional business model, basically, if you look at all the arrows, you have about 5, 6 of them, and it starts from the manufacturer. And it goes to the wholesaler, warehouse, Salesforce, retailer. And every single time that it switches hands, that's where the money goes into, right? So, I mean, they can use it can cost 10 cents to make a product. By the time it gets to you, you're paying $30, $40, if not hundreds of dollars. With that, and as an business owner of my own business, I can tell you that it is super high risk and high investment. You put in so much money, and sometimes the first 3 years you don't make any at all and you lose. You have to worry about paying your employees, you have to do payroll. I did all of that. I was a slave to my business. I mean, I went to work from 7 o'clock until 3 o'clock as a teacher, and then I would work as an employer of my 3 tutoring center from 4 o'clock until 2 o'clock in the morning, and my day would start all over again. And I didn't work 5 days a week. I worked 7 days a week. There was no break. So when you become, when you own your own business, it really owns you because you do so much, right? You don't have a break. There's a big overhead expense, like you have to take care of every single thing, the long hours, like you just heard my hours. It's ridiculous. With Arbonne, it's a little bit different. And again, your business owns you, and the consumer, every time that it changes hands, us, the consumers, have to pay for each of those things, right? So that's a traditional business model. When you move down to network marketing, it's completely different. It cuts out all of the middleman. So it starts from the manufacturer to us independent consultants to the consumers. So there's actually two consumers, right? Your clients and you. So I'm also a product for the product. I use all the products, so I'm also a consumer. So then when you take a look at it, it's really just handing down to one, like from the manufacturer to the consultant, right? You're the consumer. And then because it is an online business, it can go from the manufacturer directly to the client as well. So it doesn't even have to go through you. So network marketing has so many benefits. One is that clients can order online. When you think about that today, the biggest retailer doesn't even own a storefront. Amazon, right? We all order from Amazon, eBay, all these different online stores. Today, we don't have that time or the convenience to drive to the mall or drive somewhere, try something on or pick out something and compare prices. You can do all of that online. So people are shopping online in the comfort of their own home at 12 o'clock in the morning, So it's very convenient. Everyone shops online. So with our stuff, we do we as consultants, we don't stock products. Arbonne stocks the products and deliver it to the clients directly, so you don't really have to do anything. And because our products, we have over 350 products, they're all consumable products. Consumable products means that our products can be used in one day or 1 month or 1 year, because there's so many different types, your hair care, your makeup, your concealer, your energy drink, sports nutrition, all of these things. Once you run out, you buy again because they're consumables. And this is basically, just like toothpaste. If you run out of toothpaste, you don't say, oh, I'm going to wait until next month to get another tube of toothpaste. You actually go order in advance. So we use the products and it is consumable. Once clients run out, they do a repeat order. And so our products are so good that it really sells itself. So you will get your repeat orders, and repeat orders means that you get repeat income. That's what we called residual income. Okay, so you leverage your time and you build a team. What that means is, for me as a teacher, like right now, my daughter is in judo class, and I'm sitting in my car doing a presentation, and that's leveraging your time. I cannot go to school, or I cannot have a second job and be able to do this right now. That's just not possible. You just cannot take a 2-hour break and then come back and do your work. With Arbonne, doing, you're building your franchise online, you are able to do that. You are able to do that whenever you want. I can sit here, I can send a text message at 10 o'clock at night, or I can do a Facebook post, at 10 o'clock at night, and it doesn't matter. And it takes 2 or 3 minutes sometimes, So all of this really is the new the new way of doing business is network marketing. It's at the tip of your finger, right? Like right now, we are all connecting over an online meeting. We don't have to drive anywhere anymore. And that's the beauty of an online business. So, a little bit about our product. Our product, the Arbonne product advantage is it's so awesome. I love using the word awesome. But our product is very unique because it combines the best of science, nature, and new technology. Okay, so we are all plant-based, botanically inspired formula. We have a Swiss heritage, and we follow the European FDA, which means that it is a lot more strict than the American FDA, which means that they're not, there's, we take out toxins, we get rid of all that, and we add in the things that really, really help our skin and our body and our health, right? It is made of the highest quality ingredients from all over the globe. So it's not like we focus on one area where the ingredient is cheap or available, but we really go out there. You know, our team of scientists, our team of, you know, marketing professionals go out there and actually find the best of the best for our company, and we would not substitute anything for the best. And when I say that, really, it's like if we have a product that one of the ingredient is, maybe there's a tsunami, for example, right? And it wipe out this one ingredient. Well, we're not going to go and find it somewhere else around the world and replace that. We're going to actually put that product on hold. That's how um, that's how much integrity we have as a company. We are clinically tested. We have never tested on animal. And before, I didn't really think, I didn't think it was such a big deal, you know, because I'm not vegan. And I'm like, oh, maybe we test on animals so that we know that it's safe for us. But now working with Arbonne, I found out that, you know, if our ingredient is really safe and it's pure and it's healthy and it's good, the way it says it is for us, there's no need to try on animals. Absolutely none. So that means that we don't have byproducts of animals. And obviously, we have the best certification. We're vegan certified. We're gluten-free certified. We are um, sorry, I couldn't see
Kosher certified.
kosher certified, and then also sports nutrition certified, right? BSCG. So it's the best of the best. Thanks, Debbie. So, so again, a little bit more about pure, safe, and beneficial. Our products are pure because everything that goes into the product is selected carefully, and it does not, we do not have fillers at all. So like a lot of products that you go out there and you buy, there's fillers in there. You know, say for example, you go to Costco and you buy a big bottle of lotion, half of it really, I'm not, like, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure not 100% of it is pure. So there's fillers such as all the products that we don't want, such as mineral oil and all the bad stuff that really creates toxin to your body. So with Arbonne product, because it's so pure, we use very, very little, and a little goes a long way. It lasts so, so good. So if you are actually one of us, if you have used Arbonne already, you know how pure our products are. It is very safe. And that said that, you know, like my kids, you know, they play with my makeup, they drink our energy drink, you know, the Fighter Sports nutrition program, they drink my shakes in the morning, and I'm like, I don't feel bad because you know what, it's good for everybody, you know. And so you have that, like, that in the back of your mind, you know it's safe, you know that there's nothing that is going to go wrong, right? It's beneficial because it delivers products. We aren't just like we basically are clinically proven. Clinically proven, did I say that right? Because we have even third party testing on our products. So it's all the good stuff, right? So we don't have any artificial sweeteners. We don't have all the bad stuff. I mean, I can sit here and name every single thing for you, but basically nothing toxic is in our products, and everything that's beneficial for you. And if you are a product of a product, you're using the product, you already know that, right? So our consumable products, we have a wide range of consumable products. We have anti-aging skincare, which I absolutely love because I've started using skincare since I was like in my early 20s. You know, I'm 38 this year, and you know, so many people tell me that I don't look my age, and I put my hair up and I look like I'm 20. So our product is so good. I can tell you that our products aren't quick fix. They actually heal you from the inside out. So we have skincare for women, skincare for men. We have acne care. We have sports nutrition. We have nutrition and weight loss. Um, we have body care. We have baby care. We have a detox spa line, which is fabulous. We have hair care, even for color treated hair. We have makeup, which I'm totally not a makeup girl, but makeup with Arbonne is so easy to apply that it makes it look so natural and so beautiful in every way possible. And what else do we have? I'm sorry. We just have so much that I can name them all, but everything is just amazing. Amazing. Is that all from me, Debbie?
Sure. I don't know. It's up to you. Are we good?
Oh, okay, good.
I wasn't counting slides, but no worries. So
Okay.
no, that's fine. Thank you, Tui. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
I just want to tell you guys that Arbonne is just life-changing for me so far, and I just can't wait to influence, impact, and change more people's lives, because just the more lives that you change, the more lives that you help improve, um, the better this world is, and the better you feel about yourself. So thank you so much for jumping on, and you guys are amazing for just even trying to check this out. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you so much, Tui. So I wanted to show you guys really quickly, because Tui, you talked about being able to do this anywhere. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm literally on the coast in Mexico, on a beach house. And this is what's amazing in this business, is that I can take 30 to 45 minutes of my day and still do what we love to do with our family. I'm just not going to stay out there, even though I really want to, but because of the wind, it might be kind of hard for you guys to hear. And that's one of the things I absolutely love. I don't have to ask for time off or wait for my vacation time, or the weekend. Is I can just take 30 or 45 minutes, and each day I've been here, I've simply done that to coach somebody on my team or share Arbonne like this. So thank you guys. So I gave you guys my super brief 60-second story or so, and I'll build a little bit more into the rest of the slides, and then Artie Mendoza will close out our presentation. So, and I noticed more people hopped on. So thank you guys if you are, if you just joined us, or if you are in particular a guest on. So why Arbonne? Why now? Like Tui mentioned, we have consumable products. I think it's kind of like business 101. If you're going to be in business, ideally, it should be a consumable product, honestly, because it runs out, people rebuy it. Our protein shakes run out, we rebuy it. What happened the last time your mascara shampoo ran out? You rebuy it, right? So definitely consumable for sure. We demand for health and wellness. This is the way the world is going. We've had this ingredient policy for 37 years. So we've been, this longer than it's been chic to be green, but this is the way the world is going. Now, everybody has heard about vegan and BPA free and all these things that Arbonne has been for 37 years, but everybody is looking to get healthier and not only look better, but feel better. Everybody wants that. There are more, health food shops and all of this popping up on in every city, right? The ability to leverage your time. Again, to be able to do this in any of our countries. I think we have Gigi on from Australia right now. She and I were Zooming a couple nights ago. There's Gigi. So, we literally have not met in person, and she's working her business in another country. And that is how I leverage my time. I leverage my time in other states, training somebody in another state. And that's amazing. Think about whatever it is that you do. Like, for example, when I used to teach, used to be a master teacher and teach somebody how to teach, but I never got paid for it, let alone am I getting paid for it now as they continue to teach. In our business, you teach somebody to do what we do, which is exactly what I'm doing now, just maybe in person sometimes, maybe one-on-one, maybe in groups. In person's a lot of fun because you get to try the products as well. and see them and smell them and all that. But I continue to benefit from the people that I have taught in this business. And then those people go and teach other people. That is just mind blowing to me, honestly. I think the world should work that way. And honestly, I think a lot, if you haven't read, there's so many great books on this industry and just in business in general, but I think it's GoPro by Eric Worre. He talks about how just the world is starting to change. It's really not going to be so much getting paid by the hour so much. It's going to be more about effort. And that's what we do in this business. We get paid on effort. So that's pretty amazing. We have an internet-based business. Again, I can do business while I'm in another country, with people in other countries. I don't stock product. I put an order in, or my clients put an order in, and it goes directly to them. I don't deliver, nothing like that. This is where I think sometimes people have a very antiquated view of network marketing. And honestly, I did too. I was very, what would be the word? Uneducated on business, and especially network marketing as an industry, as a profession. And now that I know what I know, it really is mind-blowing, because we really have, like Twee said, we have everything at the tips of our fingers, which is phenomenal. I mean, we already share as individuals, right? So why not share and get paid for it? So social marketing, so that's a great segue. This is what we do. You might hear network marketing. Now you really hear more of social marketing. You think about the last time you saw a great film, or tried a great lipstick that you love, whatever it is, saw somebody with great boots on or shoes, and you ask, where did you get that? Oh my gosh, I got this on, I got a great deal on this, whatever. We are social marketing people. That's what we do. Whether you get paid for it or not, you're already partaking in this industry. You just may not be getting paid for it, right? And with all of our social media now, we are brand ambassadors on social media as well, because I live my life, and I have, totally not purposefully, my Arbonne water bottle, and I walk around in the morning with my my protein shake. And we do this in person, we do this online, we build relationships in person, we build relationships online now, and we connect online and in person. People find their life partners online. This is what we do. So this is what we do. And we share health and wellness products that we absolutely love because they work. And similar to Twee, I'm going on 39 next week. And people say, wow, you represent your business well. It's health and wellness. So we do primarily anti-aging and nutrition and health. So those are two things that I'm passionate about. And when people ask, you share, right? So this is pretty amazing in our business. And I don't know if we have a slide on this, so I'm going to briefly go over just the general, because I think this really kind of ties into it of being a brand ambassador. So I'll kind of go back here a bit, but just to give you a better idea of what it is that we do, we start, and we share. We stop buying products from other companies or other brands. If Arbonne makes it, we buy it from our own digital store. So we stop buying from other companies. We start buying from our own digital store. We put the money back into our own pockets instead of those big time CEOs that, are highly overpaid, in my opinion. And we are the CEOs of our own company, and we share that concept with others. We share the products with others. And some people jump on board as clients, and some people jump on board as consultants, and they will start to do the same. They stop, start, share. That's what we do, to give you an idea. Where do you see yourself? So somebody invited you to watch this recording or to get online today. So thank you again for doing that. Where do you see yourself? Maybe you see yourself, I'm going to go backwards. Maybe you see yourself as a host, and I'm hoping you can still see the presentation. I'm hoping you can still see, maybe you see yourself as a host. That is simple. Maybe you just love the products. Maybe you just want to help out the person who is a consultant and get a few people together. You can even get them together online. Isn't that awesome? You can invite them online to do something like this, or you can do it in person. You just get people together, and they get to try great products or hear about great products and an amazing business. And we get to gift you with great discounts and some free product. That's one way. That doesn't have to cost you anything at all. you can become a client. I'm going to really just kind of even skip the client part and just talk about preferred client, because we really don't let anybody buy at retail. And that's, maybe that's our organization, but there's just no reason for it. Being a preferred client, it's basically you get a discount card. You pay $20 for the month. For the year. There's even ways to potentially get that waived here and there, but you get 20 to 40% off, and you get great customer service you get from us. We send you, any great deals that are going on. You accrue rewards. So it's the best way to just shop. It's like a Costco card. Like if somebody told you, if you pay $20, you can get 20 to 40% off at Sephora, at Nordstrom's, at Trader Joe's. Would you do it? I know I would. So that's a great way to shop. The other way, obviously, which we believe is absolutely the best way, is to become an independent consultant. You can start your own business. There's really no business that you can start for people who are business owners. There's really no business you can start for the low cost of, depending on what country you're in, but $79 US. And even after taxes, it's say about $100. Most companies, businesses, they're huge investments, and then you're hoping to break even after having taken out a massive loan, right? And then you have overhead costs and blah, blah, and everything we talked about in the different, traditional business model. Here, as an independent consultant, with your sign up, you get a consultant ID, and you can enjoy 35 to 50% off at the very least. And then we will go over the compensation plan in a bit. You can participate in that, obviously. And if you are working the business and being coachable and doing what your upline has coached you and shared with you, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And we say that a lot in Arbonne. You always have somebody to help you, whether sidelines even. We even have, I know, some sidelines on Nicole, who spoke earlier, all the way from Miami. And later in a minute, you will hear from my upline who introduced me to the business, Artie Mendoza. So you also have the opportunity as a consultant to earn a Mercedes-Benz paid for by Arbonne at Artie's level, the third level. There are only 4 levels, by the way, which I'll go over in a minute. They send you an extra $800 cash bonus for your white Mercedes-Benz. White because it's a white Mercedes-Benz because it's pure white. Our products are pure, and the Mercedes-Benz is white to symbolize purity. And also because Mercedes-Benz is one of the safest vehicles out there, and because our products are safe. So that's the way Peter Mork, our founder, wanted it to be. Personal growth and development. Honestly, I would probably work this business now in hindsight, if nothing else, for the personal development. I truly believe that whom I've become in these almost 5 years has just become a better version. I've become a better version of who I already was, and I'm continuing in that journey of personal development. Arbonne honestly has been a major life changer in so many ways, like we talked about, personally. And it's not just about personal development, about listening and reading things that are about our business. No, I mean the things that I've read so much because of Arbonne, just period. But just everything I have learned, I mean, I can apply it to every part of my life. And I feel like every part of my life has improved because of this business. So extensive, of course, we have great training. Everything is so at your fingertips. Really, if you have a computer or a cell phone, you can work this business from anywhere. And that is phenomenal. So we have the training online also if need be, which is great. So common fears and hesitations. I had a ton of them. Here you can see the common ones. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't know enough people. All those 3, honestly, are reasons to start an Arbonne business, because yes, it is a short-term sacrifice of time to gain longer, to really set yourself up for the life that you want in the long term. For example, I know that we are on a path. Not only I now work less because I stopped teaching. Because I really wanted to be present with my kids from the get-go, and I wanted to teach my kids to speak Spanish, and I wanted to raise them the way I wanted to. So I immediately stopped working. Most people, not immediately, after about a few months, but most people work this alongside of their current jobs. Like Twee works it alongside her current teaching job. And, but in the long run, she knows she's working towards more time freedom. So I've already gained the time freedom, but we're working towards gaining time freedom also for my husband. My husband, you know, I want to be able to retire him in the next few years. And it will be, you know, an early retirement, obviously, but it's because I want him to partake in our kids' lives. And I'll make a little bit more mention about this later on, but I haven't shared. One of my biggest reasons in this business is that one of the biggest reasons why I keep going in this business, and I am a lifer with Arbonne, is because I know I have an amazing plan B, and I'll talk more about that. But you just don't know when time is going to be taken from you, right? So my father passed away when I was 7 years old, unexpectedly from a heart attack, and so I do think about that, and I want to make sure that my husband spends the most amount of time with the kids possible, and he's not just always at work or school. So I don't have enough money. This is, again, another reason. Invest the time now and you can have a paycheck next month, literally, and it can only build upwards from there. So I don't know enough people. That's okay, because even if you know one person, that person knows somebody else. And we also teach and train on how to share this with anybody. And I'm pretty sure if we look at, you know, your phone book or your Facebook or whatever it might be, or the people who work around you, you know, you come in contact with people all the time. So, and we can also teach you how to make friends, and that's fine. What will people think, and what am I getting myself into? So you are getting yourself into, if you do decide to start this business, an amazing business, quite honestly. But what will people think? This was probably one of my biggest hesitations, less so about peers, more so about my family, because because my mom, when my father passed away, I was 7, my sister was 9. My mom had been in the country for all of 10 years, and she still hardly speaks the language now. But she had never worked in this country. Her schooling was in Mexico. And so she really made a sacrifice to stay here when my father passed away. I'm sorry, to stay in the U.S., because right now I'm in Mexico, to stay in the U.S. with us, with her 2 daughters as a widow, because the whole family said, you know, come on back to Mexico. What are you doing over there by yourself? And, you know, they wanted to help her, but she said she wanted to stay in the U.S. so that we could study there, and that's what we did. So one of my big hesitations, honestly, was how dare I not use my degrees that my mom sacrificed for us to stay in the U.S. and study, and I just felt like it was going to be a slap in the face, honestly, to her to do something unrelated to the degrees that, you know, we worked so hard for, and, you know, nobody else in our family had gone to school and that sort of thing. But now in hindsight, just, you know, and this will kind of lead into the next slide, the compensation plan. When I really internalized this compensation plan and saw beyond, can you guys still hear me? My internet says it's unstable. Can you still hear and see me? Anybody? Can you guys still hear and see me? Okay, good. When I really internalized the compensation plan and saw it for something that I could truly do for myself, not only at the 1st and 2nd level, but at the 3rd and 4th level, I realized that I was never going to be able to take care of my mom in her old age, or pay off her house, or do any of that, unfortunately, with the 9-to-5s that my husband and I had before. So it's not about the money, but it's about what it's allowing us to do and the options. And I wanted to be able to take care of my mom, in large part, along with my family and all that. And this compensation plan will allow us to do that. So there are only 4 levels of business, levels of management in this business. District manager is the 1st level, and this is the nice thing you can do in your company, right? So he's getting a little tired, but this is one of my big reasons why, and perfect actually, because I was thinking Artie should probably do this last slide anyway. But what I will build in here before I hand it over to her to go over that is just the few things in here that are super meaningful to me, and then I'll let Artie go over those things. The actual compensation and more about her, why, and all of that. So the Willable business is huge for me because my father passed away. And I do think about that all the time, is what if something were to happen to our income? He's writing on me. We were at the beach all day, so he's really tired and ready for bed. But the Willable business is huge. And I think, what if something, okay, baby, what if something were to happen? I want to make sure that, that we have income. Okay, baby, moment. I want to make sure that my kids have something, right? And you know, when my father passed away, there was absolutely no plan B. So that's a big one to me. I have a Willable business now, and that is phenomenal. And then lastly, the last thing I'll say before I hand it over to Artie to really flesh this out a little bit more is, my vision at first was to pay, you know, just be able to stay home with my kids and make a little bit extra money too. But I know my kids are going to be taken care of, and now my vision is far bigger. I still believe highly in bilingual education. But now I see that I can make a bigger difference on a grander scale. I loved working with kids and families in the classroom, but now my goals are far bigger. And this is really why I feel like I was placed on this earth, to do something even bigger in terms of bilingual education and schooling of choice. And that's what I really believe in. So my immediate goals are to fund a grant writer for my daughter's bilingual homeschooling co-op charter. And in the long term, my goal is in the next few years to be able to fund an entire program of bilingual education and school of choice. So I will now hand it over to Artie to finish going over the compensation and share her why. And thank you guys so much for being on. And thank you, Artie. This is the person who introduced me to this business, and I so appreciate and I just have no words to describe how grateful I am to you, Artie.
Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, everyone, Nicole and Twee. You guys did amazing. Again, my name is Hortensia, and I go by Artie Mendoza. And I am a pioneer Latina with Arbonne. My story goes something like this before I go into the slides. And of course, close out and ask you a very important question at the end for those of you that are watching the recording. We do have an amazing compensation plan, but that wasn't really what drew me to Arbonne. I wasn't looking for a business when I found out about Arbonne. I didn't know anything like Arbonne existed. I had never heard of network marketing. And the other thing was I never had heard about Arbonne, period. So when I first got introduced to Arbonne, it was in a form of a presentation. I actually was going to school at Cal State Long Beach for 22 units. I was taking that many units. I was minoring in women's studies, and my major was in biology. The biggest turn on with Arbonne, and at the end of the presentation, when I first found out that the products were vegan, I definitely sat down and stayed for the whole presentation because during that time, my honey had already turned vegetarian, and that was before Arbonne. So this is actually like 12 years ago. So he was looking for products that were beneficial and pure, and of course safe for us to be using. So at the time, he was struggling with cystic acne. I was struggling with the bearded acne. So it was all around my cheeks, a lot of acne, and uneven tone is what I had. So lo and behold, the products worked. They were amazing. And I didn't realize that they were going to work so well that I was going to go crazy telling everybody my story about how I found out about these products through a presentation. The funny thing is that when people would ask me if it was network marketing, they were like, ah, and I was like, yes, it is. I was so excited because I saw the benefits. I saw the bigger picture that most people sometimes might not see the first time. So I encourage everyone to look at this plan and think about where you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. Because if you continue doing what you're doing right now, you're going to be getting what you're getting right now. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So during that time, like I said, my life, I didn't have any children. I was trying to figure out pretty much how I could help my mom with, my mom was getting really ill. She had been a janitor and had been working pretty much all of our lives from she would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning before all of us, and she wouldn't get home until 11 p.m. at night. So we rarely saw our parents because both of my mom and dad were working to support as immigrants. So we're working to support and make a good income, income to pretty much feed and clothe us all. And I have 5 siblings. So during that time growing up, I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way. So my better way was to go to college. That's what they pushed us to do. Educate yourself, go to college, do what the American people do. So that's what I was doing. But what I was noticing was that all my financial debt was I can't even talk tonight, was accruing. So I was accruing a lot of debt because of school. And then my honey, who at the time was still teaching full time, he was getting really, really stressed out. So both of us would see each other in passing. And I was to be a physician assistant. So my future didn't look very exciting, but to go to work and come home tired and do it again every single day. And I was working in the illness world. I had been working in the medical field for 9 years at that time. And I thought, well, this is where I belong because I love helping people and I love serving people. So lo and behold, I found out about the compensation plan, but believe it or not, I didn't see it for myself. I saw it to help my sister, and I saw it to help my mom get out of her job because it was literally killing her. She was in the hospital a lot every single month, and she was afraid she was going to lose her job. Working as a janitor or housekeeper, it just brought her spirits down, and she was breaking down on me like an old car pretty much. And so her body couldn't take it anymore. Her arthritis was getting really bad, and we were all scared that we were going to lose her. And so I was the one without any kids. I was the one willing to sacrifice my life to help my parents. So I was going to school for them. I was going to school for myself. And I was thinking there's never going to be extra income for me to help my parents pay off their house and for me to buy a home. And pay off my student loan debts. So anyway, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, when I first saw this compensation plan, I could help my mom with it. Just at the first level of management, at the higher end, it says an average of you make $278. That's when you're getting into district. When you're exiting district, you're going over $1,000 mark. And so that's what I did. In 3 months, I became a district manager, and I was able to tell my mom, don't go to work anymore. I got your back. And so she was crying because she didn't realize, oh my gosh, this is real. This is really happening to my daughter. And I said, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for you. And so yeah, I couldn't even see it for myself. I saw it to help other people. So if you're like me and you love helping people, but you have more month at the end of, you have more month than money. You have less money at the end of the month and have to put things on credit cards like I was, then you're definitely want to check this out because it has completely changed my life. Back then, I had no time to socialize. I had no money to pay off extra credit cards. I had pretty much no social life because I was either at work or at school, and then I would be with my honey trying to make up for time that we had lost together on a daily basis because we were both very, very busy and very, very unhappy, but we didn't realize we were because we had never heard about anything like more time and more money with Arbonne. But lo and behold, the next 3 months, in 6 months, I became an area manager. And I started thinking bigger. I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I got a very great area manager paycheck. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could only see myself as an area manager. But because I got to that point by helping people, I thought if I help a couple more people, maybe I can get to region. So when I first started Arbonne, remember, we didn't have diverse teams. We didn't have any diversity. I had never seen a Latina earn her white Mercedes. And I was very, very scared to go into region qualifications because I thought, what if I can't do this? But I realized that this proven system for success, like I told Renee, this better be the same system you're followed because she became a national vice president. And so it was my upline. So she definitely gave me the same system and told me all I needed to do was follow it. She helped me with 2 launch presentations, and then I was on my own for the rest of the journey to the top. And believe it or not, I followed the system, never gave up, and I helped more people every single step of the way. Within 18 months, I became a regional vice president, and I earned my white Mercedes, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I was working less, making more than a traditional 9 to 5, more like 9 to 10 p.m., right? And I just I was stunned. I mean, I was really blown away. So back then, you know, when we say we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have FaceTime, we didn't have all these great apps to build our businesses. We were building them people to people, belly to belly. And I still got to the top in 18 months by doing that and following the system for success. Now I can tell you that we've been very close to National Vice President. Let me just give you a glimpse of my future. I was able to pay off all my student loans, my husband's student loans. I was able to retire him from teaching full time. He does it now part time because he likes to get away sometimes from me and the kids. I don't blame him, because sometimes you do this to be with your family, and sometimes you do it to go and have fun with your friends in Arbonne. Which is awesome. So I never feel like I'm working with Arbonne. I love it. I have fun. And because I'm working now in wellness instead of illness, it's such a more positive environment and culture. So we are independent consultants, yes. And we pretty much teach other people to do what we do. And when you teach enough people, you earn your white Mercedes. You know, it's amazing, because you can definitely double regional vice president. I totally love that there is no limit to your pay. You decide how much you want to make. You decide how much you're worth, and you can give yourself your own bonuses in this business only. You can't do that at a regular job. If I stayed at my previous job and taught other people to do what I do, I would never get paid on their efforts, even though I taught and trained them how to do that very well before. So with Arbonne, I saw it as a fair, an even playing field, that anybody could get to the top as long as you follow the system and share it with enough people. And so I strongly encourage everyone, if this isn't for you, that's fine. But if you think of other people that might benefit from this, or will want more time and more money, like I did, in the end, you start realizing, oh my gosh, I could dream bigger. Because if time and money weren't an issue like it isn't today for us, what would I be doing? And I love that I never have to ask a boss to take time off. Today I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, thank you to Arbonne, because before I couldn't see myself not being so stressed out, and because my life was very stressful back then, I couldn't see myself having kids. And we actually had the conversation, my honey and I, when we talked about not having any children, because A, we couldn't afford them, and B, we didn't want to give up our lifestyle of going out to dinner and just enjoying ourselves. You know, with time, it was very limited back then. So today we have time with our children. We both are present with our children. We drop them off at school. We pick them up. They are in summer programs right now, and I get to be there for swimming, for gymnastics, for art classes. What else do they do? They're busy. It's fun because they're learning so much more, and they're so much more advanced at that age than I was at their age, because they're very privileged. Thanks to Arbonne, we have that time and money to do things with them. But it did take, like Debbie said, it took short-term sacrifice for long-term result, and it took 18 months to get there. So is it worth it for you to do this 10 to 15 hours a week to be earning a full-time money coming into your savings? For me, it was, because again, my life wasn't going to change. I was never going to be able to earn more than my boss. And with Arbonne, I am my own boss. I haven't had a boss telling me when to wake up, when to go to work, and I haven't been on call for 24 hours for 10 years. So I have owned my life, and I would never give that up. So it's the reason why I want to help more people see the bigger picture with Arbonne. It's the reason why I go out there every day and try to empower somebody and meet somebody that is grateful for this opportunity like I am. I'm very grateful, and I'm indebted to Renee Scott, who's our National Vice President, for sharing this gift with me that has completely changed my life and the life of my family. And of course, you get to pick your own white Mercedes. It's totally up to you what year, what model. They do give you $800, like Debbie said. As a National Vice President, we earn an average of $20,000 or more. I know many EMVPs that have promoted many other VPs that are making a 6-figure income and are fully funding 6 to 7 orphanages all on their own with their own income. So again, if time and money weren't an issue, where would you be? Where would you be living? I recently bought a new home with more space, and I love that it came out of my pocket. You know, I didn't have to ask anybody for help. I make pretty much enough to take care of our whole family and our expenses and more. So I love that opportunity to be able to take care of others in my family and also myself and my own family. And again, we still get a white Mercedes, but we also get to take our families to Maui every single year, paid for by Arbonne. And I have been on so many vacations thanks to Arbonne, so many different islands I would have never been able to take my family to because Arbonne pays for them, which is amazing to me. And you can too. Anybody can do this. I always tell people if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And seriously, I wouldn't change it for the world. It has been the best journey. I am a totally different person from when I started. I was a stress cadet when I started this business. And today I am always chill. And that's what I wanted to do. I do not take stress very well. And I was in a field of stress cadets, and I was going to be that unhealthy stress cadet for the rest of my life. And I was not okay with that. So I decided to change and take control of my life and empower myself through knowledge with this amazing company so then I can help and empower others. And I'm just super grateful for all of you for taking the time to learn about Arbonne and discover that there is a better way if you choose for it. If you choose for a better way, it's here for you. It's here for the taking. Anybody can have it. And with that, I'm going to say thank you all for being on this Zoom. And I hope that you take the time and call up the person that invited you to this Zoom and let them know how you feel. Are you a 1? Are you ready to do this business? Are you a 2? You want to host and see what we do? Or are you a preferred client? For now, you want to test drive the products. You know, maybe ask for a tester kit so that you can test drive the products and see if this could be something that is for you. And if it's not for you right now, think about where, if you have a plan B, because a lot of people don't. And like Debbie said, if something unforeseen happens, how long can you live with the savings you have right now? That's very important. So with that, I want to say thank you again. And I'm super excited to see all the people that are going to jump on board with us in Arbonne. Love you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Debbie.
Have a great 4th. Bye.
You too. Have fun.